Hey everybody, this is Matt and Austin here from the Daily Walkthrough with your weekly talkthrough for the biggest gaming and esports news this week. You might notice we're missing one of our more constant members here. Katie is feeling a little bit under the weather, but we got somebody to fill in for her. Austin, no pressure, right?
Yeah. Hey everybody.
So speaking of Katie, we can start out by talking about a little bit of an article she wrote this week that sort of talks about the politics behind the violence in video game debate. It talks a little bit about how Republicans are sort of sacrificing the First Amendment and free speech to sort of protect the Second Amendment and that dynamic that exists between the two. It's a super interesting article. There's links to it on thedailywalkthrough.com, and also you can find it on thefederalist.com. So go ahead and check that out. But moving on, we can talk about one of the big stories this week of the Battle Royale is coming to mobile and dominating.
So yeah, Fortnite and PUBG, like more specifically, are the two games that are out on mobile right now. Not open to the general public just yet, but among those who have already tried out Fortnite, there's been a lot of positive news coming out of them. And in terms of money, like money has been flowing in to Fortnite especially, according to App Store intelligence firm Sensor Tower. Ever since Fortnite turned on in-app purchases, they've made over $1.5 million.
That's $1.5 million.
Yeah, real dollars.
Real dollars. Oh man, that's a lot of money, and it's just an extension of the Battle Royale popularity coming now to mobile. People always say, don't forget the mobile gamers. It's important. It's a big space. It's actually bigger as far as revenue is concerned than console or PC gaming. So it's really big for these companies to come out with their product, push it to mobile, and not only push it to mobile, but have it be a success and have the games be quality. But yeah, we can actually move on to the next topic, which is what we got on there. It's how could I possibly forget? Smash Brothers E3 Invitation. This is so much earlier than anybody thought we'd see this game. This game is going to make its debut in June, which is crazy to me because even when it was announced a couple weeks ago, people thought there's no way we're going to see this game until holidays.
Yeah, I'll be very curious to see what the game actually looks like because nobody has any idea of what this game looks like. There's no footage yet. We have no news on characters. So this E3, it's going to be the first time we see anything about this game.
Yeah, and I mean, Nintendo's making a big splash. They're doing an ARMS tournament as well as the Smash Brothers tournament, and they're both invitationals. And we've yet to see the invite list. They'll, I assume, be released within the next couple of weeks of what big names in the Smash Brothers scene. Maybe a combination of Smash 4 and maybe Melee players will get invited. We'll see what happens.
Yeah,
should be very interesting. Another thing to quickly touch upon is the live release of Brigitte, the 27th hero in Overwatch. Not much more to say besides just she's available now. And if you didn't know that, go play her. What are you waiting for?
Yeah, the game is free. No, it's not free to play.
Overwatch is not free to play, my friend.
But it was on the public test room for a very long time.
Was on the public test room? Yes. The response to her has been great. People are really enjoying playing her. So if you haven't gotten your hands on her yet, go for it. But we can go ahead and move on to the Fair Play Alliance. What is the Fair Play Alliance, Austin?
So the Fair Play Alliance, it was actually announced in the game's developer conference earlier this week, or was it last week?
Earlier this week, yeah.
Earlier this week. And it's basically like a coalition of over 30 different companies, including Blizzard, Riot Games, Twitch, Xbox, and Epic Games. And basically so I'm just going to read their mission statement because it's quite long. It says, We provide an open forum for the games industry to collaborate on research and best practices that encourage fair play and healthy communities in online gaming. We envision a world where games are free of harassment, discrimination, and abuse, and where players can express themselves through play.
I mean, that's pretty awesome when you take it at, its black and white level. Just a bunch of game companies essentially getting together to form this coalition of people that want to just make online gaming a better place and make it a more peaceful community and make sure everybody feels welcome, which is really neat.
Yeah, so especially all these different companies have their own approaches, to deal with online harassers. Like Blizzard, especially has been having some trouble dealing with Overwatch issues. But now that all these companies are coming together, they can share resources and the best practices on how to deal with this kind of issue.
And I think that's the main takeaway. It's every company can bring its best practices and try to shore up where there's weaknesses. And hopefully it creates just a better environment for everybody across the board in all of our favorite games, because those are some big names that are being attached to this. So hopefully they can implement it just about everywhere.
But in terms of anything else, we're actually not sure where this is going to go. So we're just going to have to see where it goes from now on.
And our final little tidbit of news for the week is Ninja, the man who has officially just broken everything, every record on Twitch. I think he's at 5 million YouTube subs now, which of course isn't a record, but impressive nonetheless. This man is taking over the internet and taking over the video game space, and now he's taking over Las Vegas, right?
So there was an announcement on Twitter actually, and so according to the announcement, the event is going to be happening on Saturday, April 21st, and there's going to be a total prize pool of $50,000 US. And in terms of what they're going to do with the prize pool, so there's not a lot of details out yet, but from what we know, there's going to be a series of games played, which we actually don't know which game is played yet, but
we all know it's going to be Fortnite, but he said he couldn't officially announce what game it would be.
So the format of each game is the winner of each game, gets $2,500. But if Ninja wins each game, then he gets to donate that money to a charity of his choice. And
the bounty goes up. So then if he wins a game, the prize pool then doubles for the next game, and the next person who takes him out wins double the money. And if he wins 3 straight games, it's triple, and so on and so forth, which I think is a really neat format. Of course, he announced this last night on his stream to a live viewership of over 100,000 people, which is, I guess, just the norm for him now. And this event will be held in conjunction with Esports Arena Las Vegas. They just opened their Las Vegas branch. This past week, I believe, was the official opening. And that, of course, is in the Luxor, one of the most famous Las Vegas hotels, right next to Mandalay Bay. So great, venue, great location, and it should be one of the most exciting events early this year, I think.
Yeah, we're looking forward to it.
And I'm just curious as to how the viewership numbers are going to go on Twitch. Because you better bet everybody who watches him regularly is going to tune in. So it should be pretty crazy.
Yeah.
But that's it from Matt and Austin with the Daily Walkthrough, with your weekly talkthrough and gaming and esports news this week. Have a good one, everybody.